Gareth, today we're here to talk about the fact that sales seems to be a dirty word. And I certainly remember when I announced to my father that I was going to go off to become a salesman, I don't think he spoke to me for about a week. What do you think's behind all of that, Gareth?
Yeah, it's interesting. Your father's sort of gut reaction is one that we see a lot. I've run programs around the globe, multiple industries, and when you ask and do that word association game, it comes up as very negative, and you get that gut visceral reaction against the word sales. And people often say the word salesy, and it's something that people really have an adverse reaction to, sometimes actually physical. And it's interesting because people actually fudge it. We often change job titles, relationship director or commercial director. We don't often have the word sales in the job title. If you look at the top of a profit and loss account, it's called revenue or income. We avoid the word sales. It happens a lot. And it's interesting that, that should be the case, given that no business can operate without a good, healthy top line sales number. But if your mindset around that is such a negative thing, and you are a salesperson, think about how that shows up, and it's curious as to why that should be.
And I am really curious about this, actually, Gareth. What do you think's behind it?
I think we've all had a bad experience. If you ask people have got one or two bad experiences, and it's the classics of people knocking on doors and double car salesman or double glazing. We've all got that negative connotation. It's often caricatured in comedy programs, for example. We see it a lot. The other curious side of it is, if you ask people, they can also think about some really positive examples. And when you ask them about, well, what makes it positive compared to their gut visceral reaction, it's actually not that complicated. It's they say, well, it was about me, not the salesperson. They listened to me, they understood my needs, they didn't present anything unless it was relevant, or not at all if it didn't have anything relevant. So it's some simple things, but yet they're not done well often. And I think because it's not done well consistently enough, there's that negative reaction that we have in our minds, and that's a real problem for any organization.
Thank you. It's really curious when you get underneath the skin here, isn't it? What it boils down to. I think if I was to summarize everything, Gareth, if we were to teach people to speak less and listen more, that would go a long way to changing people's view.
I think that would go a huge way, and it's something that we all need to improve on.
Thank you, Gareth.